He's already been head of football's governing body for 16 long years, but Sepp Blatter wants a fifth term of office as FIFA president to take his reign right through to 2018 and him well into his 80s. So far, he's been able to stay above the corruption allegations that have put paid to some of his rivals. But tonight, as the FIFA Congress starts its annual meeting in Brazil, he's under new pressure. Our sports correspondent, Keme Nzerem, is in Sao Paolo. Keme.
Good afternoon from Sao Paolo. From in front of the FIFA Congress, you may well be able to see some of the delegates arriving behind me. As you say, Sepp Blatter is right now fighting to retain control of FIFA, retain control of sports governing body. As continued corruption allegations swirl around the Qatar World Cup, questions about whether the Brazil World Cup will be ready in time, and questions about the amount of money that FIFA will make when host countries often make very little. Blatter's been touring the confederations to gather support, if you like, only to be told by UEFA that it is time for him to stand down. The challenge, if you like, is this. There have been so many corruption allegations swirling around FIFA for so long that many people think that the only way for justice to be seen to be done is for Blatter to leave. On the other hand, there are people that say that FIFA is such a nest of vipers that if somebody else comes along as president, it will merely take them years to develop their own power base for reforms to then be introduced. So make no mistake about it, under Blatter's watch as president of FIFA in the last few years, there has been reform, but has there been enough? Now to events here in the World Cup. Will Brazil be ready in time, given the concerns that everybody knows about this city, Sao Paulo's traffic, and a terrible monorail accident that killed a construction worker yesterday? So the big question, other than Blatter, is will Brazil be ready for the World Cup in time?
The Sao Paulo monorail was to be the centerpiece of its gleaming new World Cup transport infrastructure. Look at it now, not just in pieces, but it killed a worker too. The city had long ago conceded the monorail wouldn't be ready in time. But another fatal accident just when Sao Paulo's World Cup nightmare looked like it might be improving. The subway workers' strike that saw a tense standoff and more tear gas yesterday was put on hold overnight. Union leaders gave the city 48 hours to reach agreement. Or, the day before the World Cup's due to start, they'll bring the streets to a halt once again. Even today, getting round wasn't easy. While last week, Sao Paulo endured some of the worst traffic jams in living memory. Snarl-ups snaking back hundreds of miles in this vast megacity, the biggest urban sprawl in the southern hemisphere. It begs the question, just when will Brazil's World Cup party start? Will it be ready in time to host one of the biggest events in the world?
The most important is the city and the state, they have backup plans.
What is the backup plan? Because 4-hour traffic jams?
Yes, the stadium is reachable not only by subway. So you have the train system, which is actually a big model. They call it the Expresso da Copa, the World Cup Express, from downtown Sao Paulo to the stadium in 18 minutes, which is great. They'll just increase the frequency as they
And you're confident that will come?
Totally, yes. So we have time. The strike is off. So at this stage, we're in the normal scenario, but we're confident in the arrangements, and we rely on their arrangements, actually.
But that's not the only challenge, because add to this Sepp Blatter's reputation, FIFA, and the unresolved matter of how Qatar won the bid for the 2022 World Cup.
It's not great for you guys to have this over your head at your World Cup, is it?
Well, I mean, Qatar is an issue with FIFA. For us at the local organizing committee, we're so absorbed with the work here. We're so happy to have this World Cup in the home of football, as we call it.
The home of football this country is, but the beaches of Rio are a long way from the realities of Sao Paulo. Brazil hasn't got long before the World Cup kickoff, while behind closed doors in the FIFA dressing room, there's open revolt.
So what will happen next? Well, Sepp Blatter will probably confirm his intentions to stand again at the end of FIFA Congress, which will occur tomorrow. Now, UEFA had been threatening some kind of sit-down protest, and several senior figures, Greg Dyke, the chairman of the FA today, called specifically on Blatter to step down. He also responded to something that Blatter said yesterday. Blatter had said that the British media's obsession with Qatari corruption, alleged corruption, focused on African nations was racism. Greg Dyke said that that was completely untrue, that Sepp Blatter should focus not on the messenger but on the message, and it's time for his reign at the top of FIFA to be over.
Keme Nzerem in Brazil.